Hello, and everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to San Francisco BAPAC. We're going to change the name. We haven't changed the name yet, but we're going to change the name. You remember this program was America's Real Stimulus Package, but we're changing the name to San Francisco BAPAC because recently I was appointed chairman of BAPAC, and here in the studio my guest. I'm really happy to have the state representative, BAPAC state representative in the house, and that's Bishop Ted Frazier. Thank you so much for coming in. This man travels all around the state trying to hook BAPAC up with people that are doing things, making the community a better place. And all the way from Nigeria, we have a good friend, Reverend Jerry Podek. Pedoc. But he's here with us, and he's playing. Would you play us a song right quick before we start?
Arise, shine, your light has come. I see the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Arise, arise, shine. I see the glory of the Lord is risen upon you. Behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and thick darkness the people. For the Lord shall arise upon you, and his glory shall be seen upon you. Arise, arise, shine, your light has come. I see the power of the Lord is risen upon you.
Man, you sure do blow, man. Man, the spirit is all over you, man. Folks, ain't that wonderful? This man has got God in him. Tell us a little about yourself, Ted. You want to introduce him to the public?
Yeah, let me first of all say, for those of you who haven't voted, watch the show and then go to the polls and vote. You still have time,
Ted,
but don't forget to vote.
Look right in that camera and
That's
talk
the-
to. That's the
yes,
one.
that's
And,
the
and
one.
tell the
Okay.
people what you want.
Yeah, we want you to get out to vote today if you haven't. After the show's only about 20 more minutes. You still have time to get to the polls and vote. It's very important. Every vote counts. It's not only the national election, but it's also the state and local elections that are very important to our people. So please, if you've registered, make your vote count. We're here with Brother Jerry, all the way from Nigeria, and we're going to talk to him, and he's going to tell us about himself and about something about Nigeria, because there are brothers over there, and a lot of times what happens here affects what happens there and vice versa. So we want to start our communications. We want to tighten our communications with our brothers across the big ocean. And we have with us, we're very blessed to have with us Pastor Jerry. Pastor Jerry, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, about where you're from and the conditions and so forth, and what brings you to America.
Amen. Well, I want to appreciate you for this opportunity and privilege to just be on air in San Francisco here. My name is Jerry Lawrence Pedoc. I am a pastor with the New Life Assembly, which is a church in Kaduna, where I live. I'm from Nigeria, like earlier introduced. Nigeria is a multi-dynamic and multi-ethnic country. There are about 520 languages spoken in Nigeria.
Dang. Is
500
that,
and about 520 languages, 10 are uncountable for. So I come from the north, because Nigeria is also divided into 3 ethnic groups. You have the Igbo, the Yoruba, and the Hausa.
I'm going to change. Continue.
The Hausa, the Igbo, and the Yoruba. Now, under the Hausa, you have a minority tribe. Under the Yoruba, you also have a minority tribe. And under the Igbo, you also have a minority tribe. So I come from Kaduna, the north, which is Hausa-spoken town, with Hausa as a minority. So I have a dialect that I speak. The name of the dialect that I speak, I don't want to tell you to say it.
Thank you.
Because if I ask you to repeat it, you might just beat your tongue.
All right.
It's Mwagavul. Do you want to try it? Mwagavul?
Margaville.
Oh yeah, you did good. So,
Margaville.
Mwagavul, yeah.
Okay,
So,
that's
yeah.
not
So
bad.
that's the name of the tribe that I
Okay.
speak. Yeah, and that tribe is from Plateau. So I live in Kaduna, but my state, Nigeria has about 32 states. Kaduna is one of
32?
the 32.
Yeah, okay.
Kaduna is one of the states. That's where I live.
Okay.
That's where I grew up. Plateau is surrounded by mountains. That's another state. And that's the state originally I come from.
oh, that's
So, but,
all.
yes.
That sounds good. It's surrounded by mountains, so it's similar to San Francisco a little bit.
Yeah. And it's similar to Jerusalem as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew up in Kaduna. Kaduna is dominated by the core north is dominated by Muslims. Yeah, and so in the north you have the northeast, you have the north central, and then you have the northwest. So the northeast is the area where you hear a lot of Boko Haram and all of that, attacking Christians and churches and all of that.
Right.
Now, when you come to the north central, that's where I'm from, and then you have the northwest. Yeah, so pretty much, I mean, I grew up like every other child, very ambitious, and everything. But the Lord arrested me to do what I'm doing today. I'm like Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, growing up, I grew up a Christian. My parents took me to church, and we were all going to church. But that didn't make me a Christian. Because going to church doesn't make you a Christian.
I know.
You have to have a personal encounter with the Lord.
Yeah.
So I made that encounter with the Lord.
And how did you do that?
Well, I wouldn't say that I came out for an altar call. I think going to church for me was just a natural thing. And so just making the transition and just being a Christian was a natural thing. But I realized that it wasn't enough. I wanted something more than just religion. So I mean, my quest for just wanting to know the Lord the more, I became very interested in wanting to know the Lord. So I sought the Lord by myself just to know Him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you were
Yeah,
filled.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to get in there. I go to church
Right.
and I'm searching, and I see you brothers, man, you guys look younger than you. I mean, not this guy. My buddy, he's been working with the Lord some time, but instead of him getting older, look like he's getting younger. And he's so happy all the time. So I mean, my walk is not a steady walk, but I know that I'm better than I used to be.
Right.
But I'm really encouraged by you brothers that's really into the church, and I'm aspiring to be, my walk with the Lord. But the way you sing, I mean, it seems like the Lord is all over you, man. It's really, really wonderful. Now, people that want to hear you, are you performing? As a matter of fact, there's a flyer we got.
Yeah.
Could you explain what's happening here?
Yeah. One of the questions that people keep asking me is how did you come to the United States,
Right.
and why California specifically? And this is my story. I mean, in summary, the Lord said to me specifically to come to California. I wasn't going to come to California originally, but the Lord said to me to come to California. And so when I heard the Lord, I didn't know where to come to in California because I didn't know anybody in California, you know. But then there was a lady who came to my local church in Nigeria who was from the United States. So I wanted to find out from her where she lives in the United States and if she can host me. So I got to find out that she lives in California. And there's another lady who usually come and pass the night in her home. She also has been saying her husband lives in the United States. You know, so I found out from her, and her husband also lives in California. So I had two confirmations that California was the place the Lord wanted me to go to. So this is how I ended up in California.
Well,
That's
you had to come all the way across the Atlantic,
Right.
and then all the way across America,
Right.
to get here.
Yes.
So it had to be the Lord, because
Yeah.
you could have stopped anywhere in between.
Absolutely, yeah. And so what we're doing is, for the past 8 years, I've been going back and forth in California. And we've had a lot of people who have really been supportive to the ministry. We have a ministry, it's registered with the California Secretary of State. It's called Worship in Truth Ministries International. And you can go on our website and just log in and just see what we do. It's www.worshipintruthministries.org. So if you get on there, you can see what we're doing. But this event we're having is a Partners Appreciation Dinner event where we want to just give people an update of where we were, where we are, and where we believe is the next assignment that God will have us do. So this event is just to give people an update of the ministry. It's like, it's just to give them an update. And in this event, we're going to have music.
Oh, you'll be performing?
Yeah, we'll be performing
great.
there. My friend is also coming from San Francisco. His name is Dwayne. And then we have another group in Oakland, Judah Fest. So they're all going to be there. And then it's going to be, so we'll eat some food. I know Americans love food a lot.
Oh, yes. And good music.
Matter of fact, I met you over lunch in Chinatown when you came to the Businessmen's Fellowship.
Right.
And you spoke there and did an excellent job. But this is going to be in Concord.
Yes, this is going to be in Concord. The address would be the Bridge Church, 2140 Olivera Court, Concord, California, 94520. I repeat that again, is the Bridge Church, 2140 Olivera Court, Concord, California.
And is there a number? Is there a phone number people could call?
Yes. We have RSVP. We have 925-219-7471. 925-219-7471. And then 510-684-6301. 510-684-6301.
If people didn't have their pencil handy, we'll give that information out just before we go off the air.
Right.
It sounds pretty good. I'm going to try to make it there myself. That sounds exciting.
Sounds really good.
And it's just amazing that we're here on Election Day in America, which is...
And you know, funny enough, talking about the elections, the first time I came to the United States, it was in September 22nd, 2008. And I was here up until the time Obama was elected president.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Hey.
So I saw the election when Obama became president. I was here during the election. And it's amazing that I'm also here again, 8 years after, and there's another transition of the government.
Yes.
But one thing about this transition, this gonna be a really, it seems like this is a really, really important election. And folks, if you haven't voted, you know, as Bishop said, once you watch this program, go and vote. You still have about an hour and a half to vote. You see, I'm wearing my little. I voted. You know, I made sure I got mine.
I put mine on my dashboard.
Yeah. So, Ted, you had mentioned the Businessman Fellowship. For those who don't know about that, would you briefly look in the camera and tell people?
I'm also the president of the San Francisco chapter of the Businessmen's Fellowship. And I've been the president for the last 15 years.
Wow.
We meet every Thursday in Chinatown, where we have lunch, free for the first timers, and we have a speaker who comes and talks about their life and testimony. It's a non-denominational, nonpartisan political, open to everyone, and we usually have a very diverse group of people that show up, businessmen to secretaries to unemployed. We just have a good variety of all ethnic groups, and we come together in fellowship. And you were there last week.
He
had
really,
a good time.
he really spoke well, man. This guy really.
So we invite anybody if you have time any Thursday, and you're available from 12 to 1 o'clock. Come in and see us at 744 Washington Street in Chinatown at Kearney. And miracle thing about it is there's parking, free parking, across the street in the underground garage. 744 Washington, 12 o'clock noon, every Thursday, the Businessmen's Fellowship.
Wow.
BAPAC, the San Francisco chapter, also meets on Thursday afternoons at 2:30, and we've been meeting at 1038 Golden Gate. So everyone's welcome to get involved. Whoever wins the election, we're going to have to do some work as a people. So BAPAC is one of the ways that, one of the vehicles towards giving us economic and political power.
Right.
So we want to invite you to come and participate with BAPAC at 1038 Golden Gate every Thursday at 2:30.
And I might add that, folks, San Francisco is about to blow up with development. They have planned development opportunities. They got 30 new hotels planned, 30, and they're gonna redo the whole waterfront. So that's a lot of jobs. There's a lot of professional people. Those contractors or business people that might be viewing in, contact us at BAPAC. Because we are working with the city, the port, and business people all over the world. We that's why we got this. Right. My brother here, we're gonna hook up something with Nigeria and Africa, because they got all the raw materials out. that everybody, all the resources over there. Yeah. But man, that we got about 5 more minutes, and tell us about the elections in Africa. Do they have?
Oh yeah,
elections?
we do election, and
how did they do that?
Pretty much like it is done here in the U.S., but in the case in Nigeria, there are many political parties. I think there are 2 major parties here in America, right?
Major, but they're about
Democratic and Republican.
Yeah. Right.
No, it's just then they got the
Green Party
and the Green,
Libertarian, Independent.
Right.
So we got about five or six.
Oh wow, okay. Well, in Nigeria we got a couple of them, maybe up to 20.
20.
Yeah, thereabout. But the 2 major parties are the PDP and the APC. So these are the 2 major parties in Nigeria. And we had our elections last year, 2015. We have this new president now in Nigeria. His name is Muhammadu Buhari. That's the new president. And normally how we do it, we go to the polling units and then we cast our votes, and you choose whichever party you want for the election. So we cast our votes there, and then the results are announced, so we can know who won the elections. So pretty much, I mean, it's done a little different in Nigeria, but we run the same system of government with Nigeria. Yeah.
Now, Nigeria was a colonial.
Yeah, country. We were colonized by the British. Yeah, it's a British colony. And
since independence, have you had much foreign involvement in running the country? Oh yeah, since independence, there's been a lot of foreign trade, in Nigeria. Nigeria is really, it's a very blessed country. There's a lot of mineral resources, and there's oil,
You know, I mean, it's one of the major countries in Africa that produces oil. You know, so there's a lot to tap in there. So we have had foreign investors come in to just tap into the wealth that is there in Nigeria. You know, and we're doing our best in Nigeria. The government is doing its best. You know, I mean, I know people think, well, Nigeria is very corrupt and all of that. But the truth is that there are also very good people in Nigeria.
Right.
There's
Just
nowhere
like
you don't have corrupt people.
Yeah, that's just like
Yeah,
anywhere
so,
else.
I mean,
anywhere
yeah,
else.
you know. So.
One thing that I heard that blew my mind about Nigeria was what is it? Nollywood? Is that
Yes,
that's it right?
Nollywood,
Nollywood.
yeah,
I heard that. I heard that, man. I said,
movie
what?
industry is huge.
They got a youth. They got
It's
it bigger than
huge in
Hollywood.
Nigeria. You know what happened?
Man, that's wonderful.
I was flying Lufthansa on one of my trips to the United States. And you know this little screen they put in front of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you just plug in and then you watch the movies.
Yeah.
To my surprise, you know, one of the movies I saw was Nollywood.
That's right.
It was Nigerian
Right on.
movie, you know. Yeah.
Right on, my brother.
We're going to try through BAPAC establish working relationships with Nigeria, also Kenya and other African,
Ghana,
and other African countries,
Right.
so we can directly, as African Americans, benefit from the economic resources that are available there.
Right.
Okay, we got 10 seconds. Close us out.
And we're very thankful that we had Brother Jerry come all the way from Nigeria to be with us today. Tune in next week for another exciting program. Don't forget the event in Concord at the Bridge Church. It's going to be on the Saturday, November 19th. And don't forget to come and see us at BAPAC and also the Businessmen's Fellowship.
And you can get your tickets online as well. The tickets are $20. You can just log onto the website and get your tickets.
What's the website again?
www.worshipintruthministries.org.
Cut.